Hi guys, back again. Just as I was finishing up, after I finished up, I noticed that there was a question from Nicole, and it's something I want to answer for her. So Nicole was asking basically that she's asking for signs from her loved ones to look over her children. And she's really not noticing those or not seeing those signs. So she's asking, what sort of signs do loved ones offer? And what can we expect, I guess? What should we be looking for? So I guess that there's a couple of things that are coming to mind here. Firstly, there are your general signs such as feathers. Feathers is Spirit's way of saying that they're with you. However, sometimes butterflies are another common way. That doesn't work for me personally, but they are another common way that you may have a loved one connect with you. And I guess the thing is, it is a little bit personal by nature. So you need to be thinking about your loved ones. You need to be thinking about what's relevant for them. You know, so would one of them speak to you through music? You know, I know, for example, that my brother, he would talk to me through number plates on cars. And that was because there was a time in my life when I did manage a fleet for a company, and I was forever had my head full of number plates. So he will talk to me through that, but he always called me Kez, you know, and there's really no one else that really calls me Kez. So whenever I see a Kez number plate, I know he's around. I know he's got my back, and it's sometimes really, really spot on and pertinent. You know, things like I can remember the end of last year having a really difficult conversation with my partner. We were in the midst of one of the times that we were breaking up, and it was really, really painful. And outside the coffee shop was a car with a Kez number plate. So sometimes, happy to say we're back together and everything is glorious now, but at the time I was really, really tough. So I think we need to look for those personal with our loved ones, those personal signs. You know, what is relevant for them? Is it something about their favorite football team? You know, Nicole, yes, gorgeous. You know, whenever you see a butterfly, you think of your Nana. That will be the response. If you, so yes, I would say that would be like a sign from her. You know, usually what will happen is when the sign's about, you'll usually randomly sort of start thinking about your loved one. So when the two come together like that, that's definite confirmation, but it usually is their energies promoting the sign, so they're coming close to you, which will then promote your thinking about them, you know. So yes, it's that kind of sign. And then generally when you actually do develop that kind of relationship where you're recognizing those signs, you can actually begin to ask for specific signs. You know, a lot of another common way that loved ones, especially females, will come close to you is with a smell. You'll smell their fragrances. You know, it can range from talcum powder to their favorite perfume or their favorite flower if they were gardeners. You know, another definite sign, and this is one that is extremely common in my work when I'm doing loved one readings, is they will visit your dreams. Totally visit your dreams. So you, especially in the period just after they've passed, they will come through wanting to let you know that They will come through wanting you to know basically that they're okay, that they've crossed over okay. You know, so there are those kind of, the other time that they'll come through is if you're having a really hard time. If you're having an emotional time, if you need their support, they'll come in your dreams. So whenever you feel like you have a dream with them and you can feel like a sense of love and a sense of peace, and you feel like it connected you to them, then please pay attention to what's going on in your life, because that will be their way of saying that they're supporting you and letting you know that they're still with you. So, so that is a very common way. You know, we all have these mediumship abilities, and dreams is a common way that we actually connect to our loved ones. And so Cassandra has rainbows, come in the rainbows, and they say hi. Yes, rainbows are, especially if your auntie has said to you that she would come in that way, you know. So, and again, just pay attention to what's going on in your life. Why are they choosing to come through now is actually a really significant reason for why they're with you, why that sign is happening on that day. You know, there's a reason for that, and often we just sort of don't often take it to that level to think about it. So, so yeah, really common signs would, as just to summarize, would be feathers, butterflies, rainbows, music. They'll come through in your music. They come in your dreams. They will certainly smells, fragrances, and anything that is personal to them, basically. So pay attention to that, what is meaningful to them. So, you know, might be, instead of, if you've got a dad that was a tradie and would often traipse through mud through the house kind of thing, you might get mud instead of feathers, you know. So just pay attention to that stuff, so that, because that's really how it works. Nicole said that she didn't speak to her Nana for a few years, which, and I'm sorry for that disconnect, Nicole, because that certainly does have an influence in your grief. So you always wonder if she looked over you and your kids, and it's beautiful to know that she does. Yeah, definitely. We always feel more at peace and have a greater understanding if we know that our loved ones are still with us. And I know that, honestly, my brother has been in the spirit world now for 23 years, and always there are little things that I still hold on to, like the fact the other week I was out with my partner and he decided to have a custard tart. And for me, custard tarts are symbolic of my brother. Like when we were kids, you know, Mum would always bring us a treat and my brother would get a custard tart and I would have a chocolate eclair. I don't eat chocolate eclairs anymore, but it brings those memories. And since my brother has been gone, a custard tart is just another symbol that he's around. So for me, and I said to my partner, you know, you do hold on to those little things. So, and this is 23 years on, and 23 years on, knowing that it does still make me feel better to know that he's got my back. So I totally relate, Nicole. I totally relate. I think everyone feels that way, to know that they're still close with us and that the universe can provide us those kind of communications. So you two ladies, Cassandra and Nicole, just the fact that that is all opening up for you, I'm super excited for you. So, so yes, Nicole, thank you for prompting this quick video, and I hope it really did help to answer some of your questions. Trish, your son's shows up as a willy wagtail. That's pretty cool, you know. Like, willy wagtails for me actually represent gossip. You know, so was he chatty? Did he chat a lot, you know? you know, so and I think the Willy Wagtail thing really just, for me, being that it was about gossip, really came from another friend of mine. It was a meaning for her, and it was just something that sort of sat with me. So so Felicia, Felicia, I'm not doing readings today. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing readings today, Today's 2 videos have actually been about signs and symbols and how we interpret those. I am making a few changes in regards to my Soul Whispering Wednesdays now that I'm back doing them. I'm going to have a couple of weeks of the month where we actually focus on education and learning, and that's one of those videos today. I'll be working towards having guests for 1 week, and then the last, the 4th week of the month is when I'll do a show with readings. So so once a month, Felicia. Okay, I'm just that's gorgeous about your Willy Wagtail there, Trish. He knocks on your window and says hi. That's pretty cool. And I always feel like super blessed when an animal chooses to come and say hello. And it doesn't matter whether it's a really super friendly dog or whether it's some other animal. You know, if it chooses to come and say hello to me, I'm always really conscious of wanting to respond and say hello back. And like this morning, literally, I was on my walk thinking about the videos today, and one of the kookaburras was out at my duck pond. And kookaburras are not out every day. They come and go, and usually that is significant for me. And this one, even, I saw him fly on the ground, and then he flew up in the tree directly in front of me. And this one even eyeballed me. He looked straight at me. So I said to him out loud, because I one of those crazy ladies who talks to animals out loud. I sort of said, I see you, thank you. I don't fully understand your message, but thank you. And I did hear a thank you back. So, and I think at the time, like, my guidance that was coming through was a message about direction. So, yeah, so I do, you know, I feel really respected and blessed when an animal chooses to come and talk to me in that way. And you see a dragonfly that represents a young man you call Michael. When you have major decisions. Well, I hope your dragonfly helps you make those decisions, Trish. And I know dragonflies have a meaning. I don't know the meaning off the top of my head. Dragonfly is one of those things that I don't get a lot in my life, but certainly when they do, I will often go and pull out an animal symbol book, such as Scott Alexander King's Animal Dreaming, or my medicine cards. I have medicine cards as well, you know, so thinking about it, I might bring some of those along next week. How about we do that? And just I get out some of those books, and they can really help you expand your knowledge around that stuff. Okay, Felicia, you get a lot of feelings that you have people with you. Okay. Just to answer that question, in those moments, getting out your journal and really asking a series of questions around those feelings can really help. And just asking the questions in your journal will sort of prompt that direct link. So you can ask, if you have feelings of people with you, you could ask things like, are they male, female, you know, how many people are there? Ask one of them to step forward if you've got real mediumship ability going on, that will certainly help to clarify. Ask why they're there, what you need to know. That's really important so that you can get to the purpose of it and be able to let it go. Symbols do take a little bit of awareness and understanding. So certainly that book Signpost that I suggested would be really helpful. As I said, for me, it was the book that was very transformative for me. So Trish tells me my kookaburra represents me lighting my fire, and absolutely that's how I do feel about it today with the videos and stuff like that. And just coming back into, I feel like since last week, just, you know, there's been a fire lit in regards to training and education and wanting to come to you all as the teacher. So certainly that totally makes sense, Trish. Thank you. Healing, past and present. Yes, that's what kookaburras represent to me, healing under the surface type thing. Not always just about laughter, but hopefully it'll present in a way that has lots of laughter with it. And I will just be asking the universe for that. Oh, Natalie, you get 10-cent coins randomly. That's pretty cool. 10-cent coins. That's really cool. Was your grandfather a coin collector? Was someone a coin collector in your family, Natalie? Do you know who they're from? Just as I read that, I do connect with a male energy bringing that through. I don't have a lot of detail, but I guess for me, like if I was getting coins, it might be someone like a coin collector, someone that had a focus on money. That's how we would think about that sort of view. Felicia, you've been told you're really very spiritual, but I don't really know how to channel it. Well, I guess that's what I'm here for, Felicia, is to help people to connect and understand that. And over the coming months and into next year, there will be more and more, not just these videos, but also more programs to help you open up and work with that energy that is a part of you. So stay close, Felicia. Oh, Trish, you had a good teacher and mentor. Thank you, darling. Lee Argent. Hello, Lee. How you going? Ah, there you go. So from your husband, he was a coin and stamp collector. That is really, really cool. Don't you think? Like, I just love that stuff. You know, how special is that, Natalie, to know that he's around, he's giving you those 10-cent pieces all the time, you know? So that is just beautiful, and you just made my day, because it's just, like after so many years, I still get wowed by the fact that this stuff happens. So just gorgeous. Hello, Marissa. How are you? We're talking signs and symbols here today. And this is the second video because I popped on to sort of answer a question for Nicole, and we're still chatting. So yeah, we're talking signs and symbols and how that connects us to our loved ones, and how I still, you know, after, you know, more than 20 years, still get wowed by the fact that our loved ones can still really connect to us in that way, that the universe can speak to us and guide us through signs and symbols and all sorts of interpretations. And I know, I guess I would say to you, you know, like one of the areas to really open up with that is dreams. So I'm just going to make some notes as into some classes, some videos that I can be doing coming up, so we can talk dreams. I'm going to get out some of the books and stuff that I've used in regards to animals and more signs and interpretations. to help you guys more. Let's do some of that. Signs, symbols, books. Yeah, so I'm just making a note so I don't forget, because my memory is not the best at times. So anyway, Nicole, I hope you got your answer. Thank you for sharing that, Natalie. That's really gorgeous and special that he's coming through for you in that way. And yes, stay tuned for more. So Soul Whispering Wednesdays, 11 o'clock Australian time, Sydney time right now. So Trish is saying, I'm right about looking at the signs and asking questions, sitting in a space that allows the answers to flow to help guide us. And yes, certainly, it's certainly think about, you know, the personal aspects, the individual aspects of every sign, whether it's what it means to you or what it might mean to your loved one. So, so God bless everyone, and have a great week and take care.